Hello everybody, and welcome back to Brett's Allotment Garden. Well, a few things have happened since the last time we did a tour of the plot. The main thing is how the rains came, and thank God for that, because I had run out of water in my water butts. The pond was down to 6 inches of water and the tap holes were really struggling. And the IBCs that we're allowed to use that run off the buildings, guttering from the rain, they were empty. So much so that the committee had to start filling them up with hose pipes from the mains water for people to use, because it was so dry. But thankfully the rains came, and then they didn't stop. But it's on the pond a world of good. That's nearly full again. My water butts are half full, and the IBCs that we can use are all full, so that's handy. The rain has flushed on the growth though. Here is the celeriac. As you can see, it's putting up plenty of new leaf now, which is going on good. Here are the butternut squashes, and they are trailing out really well at the moment. I can see a few flowers in there, but they're not opened yet, so fingers crossed. Oh, hello Mr. B. Hello. Oh, full of pollen. Which is nice. Sweet corn is starting to put up a new leaf, which is good. And the climbing French bean cobras, there's a few small beans on there. The foliage is starting to turn on a more luscious green now after the Epsom salt feeding, which is handy. Yep. Moving round. The tomatoes, I've got a couple of trusses on. I'm only going to let them form 3 trusses, and I'm going to pinch out the growing tops and let these go on. These are the beef steak ones called, what were they called these? I can't remember. 40 or something like that. Over here I put in some extra sweet corn that I picked up from a nursery that was selling them off dirt cheap. So threw them in just for the sake of it. Over here I've put these plastic boxes around some of the what's it called? Can't remember. Beetroot, just to stop the pigeons eating as much as they did, and it's coming on okay. Netting here is working all right for the Swiss chard. I've had some of the Swiss chard and it's actually quite tasty. I've never grown it before, but I have eaten it in salads before, so yeah, it is nice. Stronger flavour, I must admit, to the stuff I've bought, but yeah, it's nice, really nice. Under the net I've got the next serving of peas, but the pigeons have been helping themselves to that, and have stunted the growth something terrible. They're not growing anywhere near as good. I've got plenty of peas on here, just waiting for the pods to fill out a bit more. Let's just have a quick look. Yeah, they're not quite full, still a bit more growing space in there, so I'll give them probably 3-4 days more, and then I will come along and have my first harvest of peas, and fingers crossed it will send out some more flowers and we'll get another cropping off there, which is excellent. Here I've got the shallots. These are the Zebrun shallots, or banana shallots, whatever you want to call them, and they're coming on a treat since they've been replanted. Coming on a treat, doing really well. Plenty of mare's tail. No matter what I do, it still comes and comes and comes. I weeded the entire allotment site a few days ago, and yeah, it's just going crazy. In here, when I picked up that sweet corn, I also picked up some French beans that were going. So I've put them in, rescued these. These were going dirt cheap. I think I got the lot for £2, sweet corn and these. So filling a bit of space. In this empty gap in the middle, I'm going to be putting some leeks in. I've got the leeks at home in the greenhouse. They'll be coming over the next couple of days. Moving around, here are the carrots. I'm going to try pulling a carrot and see where we get. There we go. Not fully grown yet. Got a bit of a bent stem, that one. But I'll take this home and get it out. Just put that one there for now. So, yeah, a few more weeks before I can get some decent sized carrots. But I've got, like I say, intersowed with spring onions. These are the Dutch blood red ones. So I've got plenty of carrots coming. And I've finally put in some in here. I put in these red globe, or scarlet globe. I can't remember what they're called. Oh, what are they? Radish, you idiot. Anyway, moving along. I've had several of these lettuce now. These lettuce here, I mean, look, good size heads on them now. These were the trial ones I did, where I used the stuff in the supermarket, the living lettuce, and split the plants apart and put them in, and they're fantastic. And these lettuce here, the ones I've sown, these are same as that, which is salad bowl, and I've got some baby gem coming in. And here are my, what's it called? Parsnips. I don't know why I said it in that funny accent, I just can't help myself sometimes. Yeah, parsnips, so they take longer to grow than carrots, so they won't be anywhere near ready. But we'll let them go on, and I'll have some for Christmas, which is handy. A few of my onions seem to have fell over and then decided to carry on growing, so I'm not too sure what's going on there. Again, excuse the weeds. I have weeded, it's terrible stuff. I'm still getting the odd one going to seed, as you can see here. And what I've been doing, tending is just pulling those ones out and taking them home and chopping up and using what I can. Use them first. Letting these grow, other ones grow on. And some of them are getting to be a reasonable size. Just put my hand in there. You know, these are snowball onions. And there's another variety of white onion, but for the life of me I can't remember what it was. But some of them are growing on real well. Well, that's not a flower spike coming on that one, is it? No, it's another leaf, good. Oh, flower spike here. So that's 2 onions I've found now. That's ready to be eaten. Yeah, some of them are a really good size. Really pleased. So fingers crossed I'll have plenty to do a stringing video with later in the year. Because I like stringing them, it's kind of artisan and poncy, but I like doing that because it looks good. Moving round, here are the kale, and I left these outside of the net protection because last year pigeons didn't touch them, and neither did the caterpillars, but the caterpillars have nailed them, so I'm going to have to net these up. Inside we've got the hispy cabbage, which is starting to heart up nicely now, so I'll be getting some of those later. Next week or so I'll be getting some. Now I'm going to have a quick lift up of this net so I can show you, oh, excuse me, so I can show you inside. Now again, excuse the weeds, I'm doing my best. But look, first calabrese of the year coming through nicely. Let's put that back down. So I've got some calabrese coming through. Moving round. If you remember, in here I had the garlic. Now I've lifted all the garlic out now because with all the rain, the rust on them went mental and it was all over it. So I've lifted them all out now, and I'm pleased I did because I've got some of them were a really good size. I mean, my average size is this, like your same size you probably get in a supermarket. But some of them are this big, which I'm pleased with. And where's that really big one gone? There we go. And I've got some excellent size ones. So what I've done is I've put them on top of the brassica cage to help dry out, and I've put some covering over it just to keep the rain off. Looking around this way, someone's got in there and is eating the cheesy cauliflowers. I'm not sure what's going on there, but I need to have a good look through there and figure out what I can do to help rescue it. Moving on, I've had a bit of a tidy up down this end. Here are the first early potatoes. Turning a tad yellow, but that's just for natural dieback. It's not like blight or anything, it's just natural dieback. And then the main crop spuds are going crazy, absolutely crazy. I put plenty of manure in and they are putting on plenty of growth. So I'm hoping that they're trapping all that lovely energy from the sun and the rains. I've kept it nice and moist. I was watering them religiously every 2 days to make sure that they didn't dry out like last year, so I could prevent as much scab as I could as possible. And they've gone nuts. I mean, they're in the middle of my chest height, and I'm easily, wow, how tall am I? I'm 6'4". I do, guys, I do. Some allotment neighbours are nice guys. They do a lot of weeding on the communal gardens just to keep things on top of it. It's very good of them. Anyway, yeah, I'm 6'4", 6'5", and they're chest height to me, so there's plenty of growth there. I'm just hoping that there's plenty of growth down in the tubers. Back to these first earlies. After that lesson in patience I got from my first crop, I decided to pull another one a few days ago just to see where they were, and they've grown on fantastically. These are starting to die back now, so I'm not going to do an awful lot, but I did promise my daughters, Faith, Jasmine and Isla, that they could dig these ones out. So my next video will be a potato reveal, but the girls will be doing the work. I'll just be behind the camera. Get going with that. Right, have a quick look on the front. Nasturtiums flowering. I did have a strawberry in there, but I took it out. It was just completely swamped, and to be honest, tyres weren't a great idea because there's loads of places for slugs to hide, and every single strawberry it produced was another bee. It's like a domesticated honeybee of some sort. Anyway, oh, hello. Oh, every time I try and get you on camera, you move. It's camera shy bees. Yeah, so I moved up by the shed. Can't really see it. This is the common mallow that I planted. It's not a marshmallow, it's a common mallow. And it's coming on fantastic. It's only about 5 inches high when I first planted it about a month ago, and look at it now, it's just rocketing on, which is nice. Hopefully we get some nice flowers. The clouds are coming, so I think it's going to get a spot of rain. This is that self-seeded salsify, and the flowers on it are just stunning, absolutely stunning. But they've all finished now, and they're starting to put out seeds. Now, I was surprised. I wasn't sure how they, what they did with their seeds, but it's like a giant dandelion. They just put out like a massive dandelion clock, a pretty kind of pale brown dandelion clock. They're amazing. So there should be plenty of them growing around next year. But what my mum's asked me to do is to save some of the seeds. So the next time I find one open, I'm going to take all the seeds off it and pop them into a paper bag, and she can have some. She can grow some herself then, because she was very pleased with this when she saw it. Chive's doing well, flowering away. Should get plenty of seed off there. The bay bush is going on great guns. I planted in here a globe artichoke, just another one that I was getting dirt cheap for like £1, so I threw that in. Now I know these grow quite big, but where I want to plant it, I've not got the room until I've given it a thorough weeding. So I'll put it in the ground there, and then I'll lift the whole lot and I'll move it to its final position once I get it cleared out. This here is no idea, I don't know what it is, but it was left on the communal table, communal plant swap table, and it hadn't been watered and it was dying, so I threw it in here and give it some water, and it's rewarded me with some pretty pink scarlet looking flowers. Heck knows what it is. This is the peony, and it's flowered and it's gone, and I missed getting it, but I'm assuming that these here are the seed pods. So if anyone knows what I can do with them, let me know in the comments below. Right, well that's the allotment. Let's have a quick look up there. Right, I'm going to stop it there and then we'll move on to the greenhouse. Before I move on to the greenhouse, I forgot to mention the courgettes. Now I lost one plant. I did plant 4, but if you can see on this plant down here I've got some tiny little courgettes coming. However, on this plant I've got 1 ready for harvest, 2 ready for harvest, 3 ready for harvest. You can get in there. And I've already had 1 off there. I let go quite big, and oh, and another one there. So the courgettes are coming on really well. So I need to harvest a few of these before I 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 on this plant. I tell a lie, 4 on this plant ready for harvest, and 1 on the other one. So there's 5 courgettes there. So I'm not going to run out of them anytime soon. Right, sorry about that. I just forgot to point them out to you. Right, onto the greenhouse. Well, I'm at home now. I had to do the school run before I could do the video, so here we are. I'm at home and here are my broad beans. They're coming on. Another week or so and I'll be getting a harvest off them. Not looking too bad. Plenty of beans coming. Over here are the dwarf French beans that I had in pots inside, as you can see. Now I've had to put this net over it because even here I'm being decimated by bloody pigeons eating everything. Right, moving in. You see, I've got some of the Tigerella tomatoes setting fruit. So what I've been doing is feeding it every other week. Just brushing a spider off. Every 2 weeks I've been feeding it with some tomaterite and liquid, what's it called? Potash, sulfate of potash, just to give it a go, just to help it grow. I've got the basil planted, and the old adage of what grows together goes together. So tomatoes and basil grow together, so they therefore go together in a kitchen. This is one of the San Marzano. I have fruit set at the back there, which is good. Again, another San Marzano with fruit set. I'm going to let this one set about 5 trusses before I pinch it out. Tigerella, no fruits on that one. Another Tigerella, no fruits. Leeks, looking good. They'll be getting planted out next week. Going on to the cucumbers, and you can see, got one there. Another few days that'll be ready for picking. So another one here, and all over they're starting to grow. These are the red peppers, sweet peppers. I think about the size of my hand at the minute. So they're all growing on nicely. I have pinched out the growing tips of all these peppers now because there's plenty of flowers on them, and I just can't see how they're going to put enough energy into making all those flowers into peppers. So we'll see. I've done it with all of them. More than anything, it's probably just going to promote the plants to grow. Well, that's an abort to do. It's going to promote the plants to go bushier, but we'll see what happens. Another San Marzano, and here is another Tigerella. There's no fruit on this one yet. This here is the Cobra French beans that's self-seeded. I must have dropped some seeds, and so I thought I'd leave them in, let them go as they are. Down here, some more basil. I do like basil. And here are my chili peppers, which are the varieties of Ajipanca, which is a citrusy, very, very mild one, and Anaheim, which is again a very, very mild chili pepper. I've got flowers forming, but no peppers as yet, so fingers crossed the next update I get done will have some peppers to show. Now the rain's just started coming down, so that's about it. The greenhouse is looking good. I've got fruit setting, and I like the fact that it's pretty full now, and I'm going to have food coming out of here sooner rather than later. Right then, yeah, that's about it for now. Well, thank you very much for watching, everybody. I appreciate all the comments I get, and I try my very best to reply to everybody. If I haven't, I'm not being rude. I'll get round to it. I'm sorry if I haven't, but I do try my very best. Also, if you've got any comments, add them below, and what I will do is answer any questions, and if you have any suggestions of what you'd like to see me do, then please let me know. I have planned on doing maybe cooking, doing a few recipes that I like to do, and sharing those with you. So if you'd like to see that, then let me know. Alright, thanks for watching, everybody. See you all later.